Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with Ecom Sellers. And today we are talking about planning for your future success in your e-commerce business. So we host a daily planning session in our e-commerce planning Facebook group. You're more than welcome to join us. My passion is helping people learn how to manage their e-commerce business while running their own personal, running their lives at the same time. That's my passion. That's my goal, is to help people to scale their e-commerce business. So in any case, our daily e-commerce planning session is open to everyone. It's 7 o'clock every day. So I decided to go live again so that those who are interested and participating could learn a little bit about what we do, and we want to talk through your plans and your business. So I'm an e-commerce seller. I've been selling since 2014, online and unofficially since 2008. And again, I just love to help people to grow their business. What I want to encourage you to do is look at your business and evaluate whether or not you've been serious with it, or whether or not it is just something that you do as a pastime. If it's something that you're serious about and something that you want to grow, then you're going to have to start being intentional about what you do in your business and how you do what you do. And so, one of those things that can help you to be more productive, more consistent, and to help you to get better at learning how to run your e commerce business, get better at the operational things that are going to help you to grow your business, get better at the things that will also help you to scale your business and maybe streamline or automate areas of your business, is to put together a daily action plan. So, your daily action plan is more like a schedule of what you're going to be doing in your business every single day to help grow your business. So, the first thing I want to say is that in this daily planning session at night, the night before, at least 15 minutes before you go to bed, see, this planning, this intentionalness is going to require you to spend 30 minutes every day, 15 minutes at night and 15 minutes in the morning. In that 15 minutes at night, if you have never started this before, this first task, then this does not apply to you. But if you have in the past, I want you to get more intentional, get more focused on what it is that you actually did during the day. Hold yourself accountable for those things. So, before you go to bed, review your schedule, review your plan for that day. Did you get everything done? Did you hope to get everything done and you only got a few things done? Did you build a realistic schedule, or did you not build a realistic schedule? That's what we want to know. So I encourage you to evaluate your day at the end of the day, just before you go to bed. Go through your, if you had a checklist, go through your checklist or go through your calendar. What was on your plan for the day? What was your goal for the day? What did you complete for the day? So if you had a goal of, if your plan was to work in your e-commerce business for 4 hours today, did you actually work in your business for 4 hours? If it was just to work in your e-commerce business for 1 hour, did you actually work in your business for 1 hour? And what were the specific things that you did? Like, did you focus on those income producing activities, or did you do something else? So that is the question. What are you doing in your business every single day to grow it? And what do you have on your schedule? So review your actions for the day. What did you have on your schedule for the day, your plan, and did you get through it? If you didn't, is there something that you need to carry over to tomorrow? Or are there things that you need to carry over to next week or next month? Or did you write or build an ambitious schedule and you really need to reevaluate that? The next thing is that you need to update your daily tracking stats. If you're focused and committed on being intentional in your business, maybe this is your year where you plan on getting to 7 figures. So you have to know what the stats are to get to 7 figures. What are the sales that you need to be having? What are your numbers that you need to be monitoring um, every single day to get to that $1 million threshold? Or if it's just to get to 6 figures, if it's just to get to 100,000, what are those numbers that you need to achieve in order to get to that? So, looking at your sales and knowing your numbers, knowing your data, will help you to reach your goals as you continue to monitor your activity. So, what did you write down for your new listings? How many new listings did you create in your business? Or SKUs, if you're tracking that. What were your sales for the day? What were your profits, or at least estimated profits? Did you work on any rework listings depending on which platform you sell on? Did you run any ads? What were your expenses for the day? If you're doing retail arbitrage, or what was your mileage, or any other type of where you have to go drop off shipments, maybe to your um, fulfillment center. You've got to go ship those off to FedEx or UPS or whatever the case may be. What was your mileage for the day? How many hours did you actually work? Productive, income producing activities did you actually work in your business? And how many shipments did you fulfill today? So, in order for you to be intentional, you got to be tracking some stats on what you're doing on a daily basis and know what your daily numbers need to be to reach your goal by the end of the year. Okay. The next thing is to look at your online calendar. Most of us have an online calendar. That online calendar is traditionally our um, that online calendar is traditionally our maybe Gmail account, or maybe you got an Outlook, maybe you got an iCloud calendar, like what's on your calendar for tomorrow. So tomorrow, meaning today, which is Wednesday, what did you have planned? So that tomorrow is not a surprise for you. If you're doing this at night, you don't want tomorrow to be a surprise. You go, oh crap, I got that meeting first thing in the morning. Oh, I'm supposed to drop off XYZ. So in order to know what you've got going on, you need to look at your calendar and see what you already put on your calendar for today. Maybe you got doctor's appointments and you completely forgot about it. So review that real quick. And then the last thing is just before you go to bed, build your schedule for tomorrow. Build your plan for success for tomorrow. Now, one of the activities we do is we do weekly planning sessions. And in our weekly planning sessions, that is where we are actually building out our actual schedule for the day, for the week. So we build a weekly template and then we detail out the actual activities we're going to be doing in that week. And each day we break it down and we base that weekly schedule off of a few different things. But it will, if you build a weekly schedule, then it will help you with your daily schedule as you add more detail to the things that you need to accomplish each day. So when you're building your daily schedule for tomorrow, which happens to be right now, Wednesday morning, you've done this the night before, Tuesday night, you need to not only include your business related stuff, but you also need to include your personal. So sometimes we build a schedule and we forget to allot for things like, oh, the kids are home, or so my productivity might be a little different this week, or, I got to take the kids to school, or I've got to fix dinner, any of those things that are happening in your life, because your business is part of your life. It is. And so the goal is to merge together what's happening in your personal life and your business so that you really do have a realistic accounting of where you are potentially wasting time or losing time. So building that schedule in advance sets your intention for tomorrow. What is the plan for tomorrow? You're building out your plans for your future success. And that is why we build that schedule before we go to bed. The other thing is it gives us an opportunity to ponder on it, meditate on it while we're sleeping. Subconsciously, our subconscious mind is visualizing what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So make sure that it includes anything that you do on a regular basis. Like every morning, maybe you get up and you meditate or you read your Bible. Okay, that's your spiritual time. Maybe you have some personal time. Maybe you do some personal development where you're reading specific books. Right now in ecom planning, we're reading Atomic Habits. So maybe that's your reading time. Your family and household activities. So what are those things that you need to do? Do you have groceries that you need to order from Walmart to have dropped off at your front door? Because again, you're trying to maximize the usage of your time and get the most important things done more efficiently. So maybe you're doing your grocery shopping online and having those things dropped off. And that's an activity you're going to have the kids put away the groceries. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you've got some other family related things that you need to take care of. If your kids are on spring break like mine, maybe you're taking them to the movies or something, or other household related activities, things that need to get done for the household. Maybe you are seeing a personal trainer. So you're getting up in the morning, you're going to the gym and meeting your personal trainer, or maybe you're doing some meal prep. Again, what are those activities? And maybe you have some financial related activities. So it's not just about your business. It could be personal financial, like maybe you're working to buy a house or buy a car or, invest in some stocks, whatever that happens to be. So these are all activities that are going to require some of your time. And over time, your goal is to get better at knowing where you're wasting time if you're a procrastinator, where you're losing time, where you're like, oh my gosh, I got sucked into the YouTube vortex and I have been on YouTube for 7 hours and got nothing done today. So where are you losing time? Where are you wasting time? Where is your time going? If you think of it also like, and we're going to go through today, we get up in the morning, and we are preparing for our success for today. We're setting our intention and we're preparing and planning to be successful today, everything that we do. So if you think of it like if you're meeting with a personal trainer, one of the things they're going to ask you is, what are you eating? And what are you drinking every single day? And as far as water, I'm not talking about alcohol. And what exercise or physical activity are you doing? They're going to want you to keep an accounting of what you're doing, so that way they can help you make small adjustments here and there to start to work towards the goals that you're trying to accomplish, whatever that is. What is your vision for your future self when it comes to this investment that you're making in a personal trainer? Or if you are a person that's maybe you've been wasting money and you decide, okay, this is the year that I'm really going to improve or increase my savings. So in order for me to do that, I got to account for where my money is going. Where am I wasting money? Where am I throwing away money? Where am I just being frivolous and just buying random stuff that is not serving my life well? It's not serving me well. It's not serving my life well. It's impacting my ability to build my savings. So therefore, I got to get a hold or get control over my spending habits. So in order to do that, you build a budget so that you can account for where every dollar is going. Well, that's the same thing with your time. You have to get better at managing your time, gaining control over the time that you have available, because you don't get it back. Unlike money, you can earn more money and maybe rebuild your fortune. Like weight loss, okay, you can lose weight, you can also gain weight, but you can lose it again. As long as you're still alive, there's still time to continue to do that. But time is something you never get back. Once you've wasted it, once it's gone, you will never get that time back. So your goal going forward is to increase your awareness of where you're wasting time, losing time, and to regain control of the time that you are not investing in things that are going to serve you well long term. So we're being intentional about our future success. And in order to do that, we're going to get up in the morning today, Wednesday. We're going to look at our schedule or our plan for today. What was on the agenda? What did we have planned for today? And we're going to go through the activity of reevaluating yesterday, because sometimes at the end of the day, we are just flat out exhausted. We're tired. We just do not have the bandwidth, the mental capacity to think about everything that we were supposed to do. We just don't. And so therefore, we're going to go ahead and move forward with today's plan. We're going to review what we had yesterday, and we're going to make sure that we're filling the holes. Maybe you have some large time blocks where you're wasting time and you didn't note that, you didn't pay attention to it. Maybe you were too exhausted to write down everything. And so in the morning, you remember something, you popped up and you go, oh, I forgot to write down XYZ. Why do we write this down? Because as we continue to look at our plan every single day, we're going to build a better schedule. We're going to build a better plan. And so our goal is to build a better plan, a better schedule every single day to get better at this, so that we are not building a schedule that's too overly ambitious, but that also is not so easy that we really are not keeping track of our time, and we don't stretch ourselves, because our goal is to grow. We want to grow. We want to get better at what we do, and we want to get better at managing our time and using it more effectively to help us reach our financial goal, which is to grow a successful e-commerce business, whether it's a 6-figure or 7-figure business. So in that evaluation, we're going to be our own personal time cop. And we're going to police our time, and we're going to respect the time that we have. So we're going to go back and evaluate yesterday. That's the first thing, just to make sure we didn't forget anything, because we were too exhausted at the end of the day to recall the entire day. So we woke up, we reset, we're refreshed, and we're ready to go. And we write it down. The next thing is we're going to review our weekly priorities and weekly habits. Again, we have a weekly planning session at the end of each week. So on Saturday mornings at 7 o'clock, you're more than welcome to join us in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. And there's a link in there to join the Saturday planning session. We'll also be broadcasting it live on Clubhouse. You can just go to Clubhouse and find ecom sellers, and then you'll be able to join that weekly planning session. It's at 7 o'clock. You can also listen to the replay. But in any case, and the replay is available also on the Facebook group. In any case, we go through and we evaluate what were our weekly priorities. What were the things that were already on our plan for this week? This is officially the first full week of March, but it's the unofficial second week of March, meaning the first week of March was like last week, but it didn't start on a Sunday. But in any case, what did you have on your agenda for your business? Are you ordering inventory for May right now? Are you ordering specific products for upcoming whatever it happens to be, whether it's holidays or events or big sales windows where there's going to be an opportunity to, sell things? So an example would be, okay, graduation, we know is happening in May. That's obvious. The summer activities. Are you going to order inventory for summer activities? Maybe you're buying some clearance for some specific things. So maybe you're reaching out to your wholesale suppliers. Did you have that on your monthly plan, your weekly plan for this week? That's your business related stuff. What are your non-business related things that are sort of a big deal this week? Because again, we're merging together what's happening with our business with our personal life. Most people start this e-commerce journey and they quit because they have not figured out how to effectively merge the two together. So your goal is to get better at merging the two because your business is part of your life. So are there things that are family related or household related or other things? Maybe you had doctor's appointments this week. I don't know. That was a priority. Now, these are just priority things. Things that you're going to do are just things you're going to do. But this is something that's either going to move the needle in your business, move the needle in your life in some kind of way, streamline, simplify, reduce the stress in your life. What are those priority things that are going to do that? So in your weekly planning, you note those. Also, your weekly habits. What are you tracking for your weekly habits? What were those things? The next thing is step 3 of this process is to glance at your monthly plan. Again, I mentioned it already, but you built a monthly plan. So what's on the agenda for the first full week of March? What were the things you plan on doing? Is there anything that's happening in your personal life that's coming up that you need to be aware of in this week as you glance at that? And then step 4 of this process is to rewrite today's plan. Now, you wrote it last night before you went to bed, and you outlined your plan or your checklist for today. Some people like to write out a full-blown plan. I like to use time blocks for mine. And so I block out time for the activities, the big chunk activities that I'm going to be doing. And I detail out the things that I'm actually doing in those activities. So if I'm saying I'm creating listings, maybe I'm being specific about the types of listings I'm creating when I create those listings. So maybe this is the week to create all of my, graduation related listings or Father's Day related listings or summer outdoor activity related listings. Like I'm going to be specific on specific products that I've already researched and sourced and I plan on selling, or maybe that I've ordered from my wholesale supplier. So if I'm doing listings, what type of listings am I creating? Am I putting up my Easter listings or my Mother's Day listings? What am I doing? The other thing is, if I am going through and maybe sending shipments, am I sending shipments to my fulfillment center? Am I sending them to Amazon FBA, Walmart WFS? Am I sending it off to deliver? What am I doing if I'm doing shipments? So we're going to be specific. We're fulfilling customer orders. What are we doing? The other thing is that when we look at this schedule that we built last night and we sort of flesh out some more details in it, maybe we don't need to flesh out any details. Maybe we did a great job building our schedule. So we just need to read it and we need to speak it out loud. So we're speaking it into existence. We're handing it off from our subconscious mind to our conscious mind in a relay race to say, hey, you get the baton, you got it. Because again, our subconscious mind's been thinking about it all night, like a crock pot. Like if you put stuff in a crock pot and you wake up in the morning and dinner is done, everything is done, it's ready to go. So your body, your mind is ready to go. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. Trust me, it doesn't. It's going to take you some time to get to that place. But when you finally do get to that place where you've been doing this over and over and over again, you will notice that you become way more productive. and you get more stuff done in your business over time because you've been building up little by little incremental steps towards this success that you're being intentional about. You've been building up towards this. And so now this is becoming a routine or a habit. And so now you're at that place. So don't be surprised if when you do this for the first time, you're like, okay, I didn't get everything done. I had 20 things on my list and I only got 6 done. Cut yourself some slack. You'll get there over time. You'll get better at writing a daily plan, and you'll also get better at achieving it as you read your schedule before you go to bed so that your subconscious mind is ready to work on it all night and you wake up in the morning ready to go for today. So write out that plan. Make sure you include all those major categories that we talked about before. Whether the things that you do in any way in the morning, if you get up and meditate, put it down. That's what you do. You're accounting for your time. If one of the things you do is you have a morning routine where you got to get the kids out the door, put it down. It's part of your morning routine. It's part of your life. In that morning routine, you'll find over time there's some things you're going to add to it, like, oh, today I need to sign the permission slips for little Johnny, or I got to make sure I send a sack lunch instead of a lunch pail because they're going on a field trip. Like, you will increase your awareness about things where in the past it slipped your mind, you forgot about it until the morning of, and then it's a frantic mad dash to get all the stuff done because you didn't remember that today is the day of little Johnny's field trip. So again, building that schedule, building that either checklist or plan for your day. And once you kind of feel like you've got it where you need it to be, make sure you outline or identify that one thing that's the main thing that if everything goes wrong today, something major happens and it disrupts the entire day, that you have accounted for that one thing that no matter what must get done today. That must get done today does not always have to be your business related thing, your e-commerce business thing. It could be a personal thing. It could be, maybe something's going on with your child and you need to get them in to see a specialist today, no matter what. Like, okay, that's the main thing. That's the important thing of the day. Because again, we're trying to simplify, streamline, improve, reduce the stress of our life and regain control while sustaining momentum in our business. And then step 5 of this process is to write out tomorrow's schedule. It can be overview, it can be high level. You can pull out your weekly plan and just rewrite that. Just write that or just highlight it and read it to yourself so that you're ready to go when you go through the process tonight of actually detailing out your success for Thursday. And last but not least, the things we want to keep in mind, even though it says track, is we want to make a note of things that are coming up. Things that may disrupt this plan, interrupt, impact our goal to be focused and consistent. So things that may impact us could be any number of things. Last week, I had a lot of stuff that disrupted my regular plan because, again, I have a weekly template and that's just a guide. That doesn't mean that that's what I'm actually going to be doing all the time. And so for me, Friday was a really crazy day. We had Special Olympics in the morning. We also had track. My other son, so both my kids were engaged in physical activities at 2 different places at the same time. And it was really, really a challenge for me to even get to one, let alone either one. So that was one. And I knew that Friday mornings are a very busy time for me. So I tried to get through everything that I need to do in the mornings of Friday. And this was going to be a complete disruption to my regular routine. So I knew that my regular routine was not going to be successful. I needed to move those activities that I normally do in the morning to the afternoon so that I felt like I could still maintain the consistency in my business. I could still have a sense of accomplishment of actually getting something done that day. And I knew that my numbers, if I had goal numbers of, hey, I'm going to create, 5 listings today, that it may actually drop down to 1 because of the fact that I'm moving around my entire schedule for the day. So what are those things that are maybe going to be a disruption to your schedule, maybe for a few hours or a day? Those are the things you want to increase your awareness about. And then what are the things that are going to disrupt or impact your business for an extended period of time? These are things that could be your breaking point that would cause you to fall off the wagon. So falling off the wagon is never a good thing because then you go back to the old bad habits. And this is very evident in the beginning of the new year. Everybody has New Year's resolutions, and the New Year's resolution is to do XYZ. And so they're working towards building that habit of whatever the new thing is. And let's say it's working out, going to the gym. Well, instead of going to the gym every single day, you have a disruption 1 week. And then from that point forward, what that habit was that you were starting to build starts to erode, starts to get broken down. Oh, okay. So I was going to the gym every single day. Now I only go to the gym 2 days a week instead of 7 days a week. You go from maintaining and sustaining that momentum to something broke the pattern. It disrupted the pattern. And so now you're not doing the thing that you used to do. So we want to increase our awareness of those things. For me, it's spring break. This is spring break. And so my ability to get the things done that I normally would get done is disrupted because my kids are at home. Yay. So I do love my kids though. But anyway, your goal is to increase your awareness of those things and maybe put in some contingency plans or some stop gaps so that you don't lose momentum, so that you have the capacity to pick this up and get back to where you were moving, where you were going next week when the kids are at school. So do you have a planned surgery coming up that's maybe going to take you off your schedule, disrupt your plan, interrupt the pattern, the routine, the consistency you're trying to build? Is there family coming in from out of town? Is one of your family members having surgery and you have to go care for them? Like, what are those things that are going to disrupt your business in any kind of way that could cause you to fall off the wagon, break your consistency and your routine, and go from that whole, I don't know if it's a running joke or not, but just, what we all see happen at the beginning of the new year. Like, people establish all these goals and then they fall back into their old habits. We're trying not to fall back into old habits. So we're increasing our awareness of the things that are coming up. We're working to be intentional every single day on what we invest our time and energy in. And so that means that we're going to put together a contingency plan. Hopefully you have a good one, or do some advanced planning around the things that could disrupt your schedule. So with that being said, my name is Nicole Whitlock. I am with eCom Sellers. We have a daily ecom planning session in our e-commerce planning Facebook group. We encourage you to come and hang out with us. Let's go through the process of building a successful e-commerce business. Let's do the things that are going to move the needle in our business every single day and improve our life over time. Help us to get back on track if we've fallen off the wagon, and give ourselves some grace and mercy while we get back up on our horse. And let's all grow our e-commerce businesses in 2022. So join us. This is my passion. I enjoy doing planning and then working to execute those daily plans. So let me help you on your journey. You can follow us again on Clubhouse, eCom Sellers. We have a Facebook group, e-commerce planning. My name is Nicole Whitlock. We also have a YouTube channel, so come and check us out. We're going to say goodbye for now and good luck today.